Women, Our History. Read by Stephanie Racine. Foreword. Strange, but true. A woman was once confined to a Georgian lunatic asylum for excessive reading. No wonder, as books can be a danger to society. Reading can open the eyes, raise expectations, and make women dissatisfied with being treated as less than men. In this book, you can read a story that wasn't always told. The story of women across centuries and continents. And it deserves to be read excessively, for retelling these stories will help reshape the world of today. It's not all good. You'll find lots of suffering here, like poor 15th century Princess Joan of France, married at 12. Pity, too, any Vestal virgin of ancient Rome who had the misfortune to be accused of adultery. She could not be executed because it was forbidden to spill a virgin's blood. Instead, her punishment was being buried alive. Then we meet the Korean girls who were so unwelcome to their parents because of the cost of their dowries that they were known as robber women. And the unfortunate Zebun-Nisa, who was imprisoned by an Orthodox Mughal emperor for the crime of daring to write poetry. But there are also many women here to admire and to inspire. History's first recorded female physician, Merip Ptah of ancient Egypt, and the self-made Catherine I of Russia, born a servant and raised to the position of empress by her own efforts. There's the Mongol warrior princess Kutulun, who amassed 10,000 horses by gambling against her would-be suitors. And I think that every book in the world needs a section, like this one has, entitled Notable Women Pirates. The female pirates aren't the only fearsome-sounding characters you'll meet. Others include the Mesoamerican jaguar goddess, Ixchel, who had the power to raise storms and floods. There's Princess Anli of 8th century China, who made a fortune by fraudulently ordaining 12,000 monks, and Ludmila Pavlichenko, the top female Soviet sniper in World War II with 309 kills. And then there are the nattily-dressed women of the British Union of Fascists. The devil sometimes wears the best clothes, and it's important to remember that women aren't all victims or heroines. They are as good, bad, or indifferent as men. One theme that runs throughout this book is the danger of making assumptions. We now realise that modern archaeologists studying the life of cave dwellers found evidence that the gentle cave wife stayed at home with the children, in part because this was the role of women they were familiar with from the 20th century. And maybe we've been jumping to the wrong conclusions about the horrific-looking iron device known as the chastity belt. Not only was it used against women, but it was also worn by women in times of war as a form of protection against rape. The vast scope of this book also makes it very clear that you would be foolish to assume that history moves in straight lines from worse towards better. European colonists of New Zealand thought that the gender equality they encountered there among the Maori was backwards and savage, and did their best to reverse it. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Civil rights activist Rosa Parks became celebrated for refusing to give her seat to a white passenger on a bus in 1955. But such was the misogyny of the National Association for the Advancement of Coloured People that they got her, the only woman present, to take the minutes at their meetings. Some things get better over time. Some get worse. The one sure thing you can take away from studying the past is the belief that change is possible. The distance is great from belief to realization, said Queen Isabella of Castile. But learning about the women who created change gives you a starting point.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?